All right. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Again, the numbers are a little light, but I've been getting some feedback from people who are like, I watched the recording. Don't stop doing it. So I get it. I get it. We will keep going, making it happen. Good to see everyone. Good evening to you, Don. Thanks for letting me know about sound and screen. Good day, Kevin. Hi, Melody. We'll give it a few minutes. Let others struggle in. Okay. TGIF indeed, Melody. Indeed. Could medical. So I don't know yet. I had my nodule um aspirated for a biopsy. I won't know for another 7 days, probably. That was my final pre-surgery. Thank you, Don. Much appreciated as always. I will not. I was like, oh, maybe I'll be able to do my Wednesday morning. I was speaking with the surgical person and I'm like, "Oh, when do you think?" They're like, "We'll call you the day before, but it looks like you're slated for the first appointment." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. What time do I need to be there?" I'm thinking like 9:30. They're like 5:45 a.m. And then she's like, "Oh no, wait, it's Wednesday. We start a little later." And I'm like, "Oh, good." She's like 6:30. Holy shit, what's wrong with you people? 6:30. But apparently I'll be in surgery by 8:30 and hopefully in the recovery room by about 11 a.m. and home in the afternoon. So that's my Wednesday next week. Not looking forward to it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's get cracking here. Oh, we are small but mighty today. Um, early day, but works out. Yes. Let me get my recording software going. Maybe we'll see a few more. Usually we end up with about at least 8 or 10 by the end. Um, Oh, good. Lee, we were waiting for you to start. Now that you're here, we're going to get going. Officially, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Options Income Launchpad weekly market wrap. My name is Scott, and I will be hosting. Um, as always, let me remind you that we are here for education illustrative purposes only. Nothing is done or said should be considered a recommendation to buy or sell any security or financial product. The content is not personalized investment advice because we're not brokers or advisors. Decisions made should be done at your own risk. Okay. Let's do today's market analysis. Let's revisit our posture to think, what's it going to be now? I think it's going to drop at least a point, but we'll go through it, which means we're catching up to AI. AI saw it first. So we were like, oh, maybe we need to teach the tool better, when in fact, maybe we need to listen to the tool better. I'm open to that. I am open to that. Um, okay. What else? We will look at our mindset for trades that we're carrying over the weekend. We will talk about what to look for next week. Are we going to start getting data or are they still going to be lagged and behind? We'll look at our opportunity list and oh my goodness, sorry about that. And we are wrapping up section 3 on our final. We're almost halfway through the final loop. That's how fast the loops go. Whew, fast. It's gone. It's super, super fast. Um, okay. Okay. Um, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Sorry, I was like, am I missing something? Uh, let's pop in here first. Ooh, let's actually start here. I'll tell you what, we got to that 50-50 mark. Um, and now we've shifted even further. So a month ago, 94% thought it was going to get cut. A week ago, 67%. A day ago, 50%, and now 43%. And you can see how that adjustment goes. Um, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I am looking at one thing. All right. Yeah, fascinating right there. I find that very interesting. Okay, let's keep going. What happened today? And what does it mean for us? All right. Let me see. Let me see. Sorry, I've got a little delay in my. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, here we go. Bitcoin in bear market as crypto slide continues. Trump set to cut tariffs on beef, coffee, tomatoes, and bananas. All right. I don't think there's much here for us. I'm more curious about economic data. So, maybe delayed from government shutdown, not available. What does next week tell us? Monday, nothing. Tuesday, consumer confidence. That is not government. We will get that. Wednesday, Wednesday, it will be And you can see they're still saying maybe delayed. And it's a big one on Wednesday. GDP, retail inventories, durable goods, income, spending, PCE. Remember, PCE is the Fed's favored. We have no frame of reference. We don't have October numbers. They're unavailable. We didn't have them. So we don't really have what was it? We don't really have what to expect. So it's very interesting right now. Um yeah, it's very interesting right now as we look at this. Okay. All right. Let's go look at the market. Apple, we said, let's give it some ability to recover a little bit. We'd like it to kind of go from here. So Ford is on a little pause. I still have some faith in that one. GE had a little recovery today. I got to tell you, it really went down low. That's a tough one because if you had tightened a stop, you would have been picked off. I said I shut mine down yesterday. Um, so I'm out. Not a bad loss. Wasn't a max loss at all. So that was okay. What are your thoughts? Who's in what? Who's in what? Let me know. And other than that, let's get looking at the market. Let's go to the SPY. Support held. Still in GE and Apple. Okay. Okay. I mean, surviving GE worked out pretty well, right? If you got picked off today, it would have been hard to have seen it recover, but staying staying in and seeing where it is, I think that's going to be actually okay. Um, we tested not as low as this low. We held. I'm gonna still kind of draw my lines. This is coming down. If you look at the close, it's kind of like this, like it popped back in. This was a little below, this was a little below, but overall, this is holding up. I think we could still see and expect that. Um, Definitely drop GE and CCJ. Ah, did you trade CCJ or just drop it from your list? So okay. Okay. Let's look at the VIX. That's a big one too. What does the VIX tell us? Holding at 20. How to trade and sold it. Okay. Holding at 20 right now. So yeah, that is that is something there. Holding at 20. Little bit, little bit concerning overall, but yeah, okay. Okay. Scoring wise, I am scoring this a higher low. That is going to be minus 0.25. But we this was about the same. This is holding as the same. I'm not going to score that one. I'm going to say that is um a same high. And as such, I'm going to leave it as is. Let me know if you have any questions about that. But I do see this score dropping. Let's go back to the SPY. Let's go about to the 3-year weekly. This is fine. What does it have to do for my score to stay at a 1.5? If it drops to here and bounces, it needs to get through here. If it doesn't get through there, at that point, I'll move it back to a 1.25. The red lines, if they hold, are a 1.25. It's got to get above the red line if I want it to earn and maintain the 1.5. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the um no, that's it for this. Sorry. If it breaks below this, that will take it down a quarter of a point. If it bounces off of this, that will take it down a quarter of a point. The only way it maintains is if it bounces above. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Questions? How's everyone feel about that? Let's go to the short-term score. The short-term score, we did have a lower high. This was our old high. This is the new high. Mine is going to drop by a quarter of a point this week. By a quarter of a point. I would expect, but likely not more than that. So let's keep going. Let's get down to 1 month daily. That's 1 year daily, 1 month daily. Okay. And here's what's interesting about volume. Here is what's interesting about volume. Today we are at so this one didn't have enough last week, barely. It was like 4.7%. 4.7. But today we do. Today, average volume is 69. We're already at 78 million. We'll probably hit 85, 88 million. So it's going to be a good amount of volume. The problem, the problem is it's not a big enough move. So we are going to move this. Nope, not activate. Let's duplicate. Let's duplicate. Move it over. Yesterday is definitely a sell day. So let's duplicate the text note and move this over here. But this one today, it's not enough. It's not moving up or down a 0.5%. Certainly the sellers tried to push it down, but the buyers pushed it back to be a tie. It's a tie. It's finishing almost exactly where it finished yesterday. So we're going to duplicate our text note for the T, move it over, and there's the T. There is the T. Okay, let's keep going. All right. Uh, 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 um, what is that going to do? Take me down a half a point or down, take me down to a negative. Let me pull this up so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. This is likely to stay the same. This is likely to drop to a one. This is now likely to go to a negative 0.25, which is funny because that's where ChatGPT is. Last week it got there. Last week it got there. And I'm feeling like, maybe it's reading fairly well relative to what it's supposed to do. So major market, I'm definitely concerned. Right? I am definitely concerned about the major market. Why so, Scott? You might ask. Well, let me show you. Because IWM is looking like this, right? IWM is looking like this. And because the Dow is looking like this. Still uptrending, still a higher high followed by a higher low. And because IWM is now at a lower low. So yeah, it is definitely a concern right now, I would say. I think we're we're absolutely going to have a drop of at least a quarter of a point, at least a quarter. Is it going to drop a full half? I wouldn't think so, but it could. So I'm thinking drop a quarter, drop a quarter, drop a quarter, sector rotation. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. Maybe it holds up. Um, as far as the uh, tech staying strong, tech is, let's go look. Tech's what has to hold up. We may lose a quarter point there too. Let me go to XLK. Yeah, it's looking a little iffy. It's looking a little bit iffy there as far as that goes. So yeah, I think we'll have to see. We may lose a quarter point on our sector score. Lastly, on the VIX itself, as I said, we are going to definitely lose a quarter of a point there. So what does that give us? I would say dropping, maybe dropping one at least. Maybe one and a quarter from there, maybe one and a half from there. I think we're going to lose one to one and a half from this week. And it wasn't necessarily that there was a huge weakness this last week, but that maybe we didn't assess enough. If you remember the week before, ChatGPT dropped theirs. I had three out of four. I had three scores where I was like, it's close. It's close. And if anything, it would go um, negative. All right, let's keep going here. Okay. Any questions about that? How are you guys feeling about the market itself? Let's go through the list. Let's see. If we're dropping down to somewhere between a 3.25 and a 3.75, we know there's some concerns with our market. Um, our risk levels should definitely have a bit of a decrease as far as that goes. Okay. Going through the list. Apple. Whoop. Apple still looks okay. Still holding on. AMKR held the 50. So I feel like that's still worth keeping an eye on. Amazon still looks good, holding the 50, still worth keeping an eye on. Don, I 100% agree with you. He says, I feel the market is unsure, a bit mixed. I agree with that. I agree with that. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, APH still looks fine, holding up above the 50. This is all we can ask for. If we see these things go through these consolidations, this is all we can ask for. Okay, we'll keep going. ASX, I still see that as fine. AVGO, oh, I don't know. Maybe it's trying. AXP, ooh, look at that. AXP was making a push and then fell apart pretty fast. I'll still keep an eye on it, but we definitely are a bit concerned. Okay. BAC. I still like both of these. They both still have higher highs followed by higher lows, but it needs to happen. So looking for hopefully a setup on that next week. BBY, I'm going to take BBY off the list. It's now 2 days under the 50. It's in a pretty big consolidation. It's not good enough for us to just sit and watch it. It's not a core stock or core position for us to watch. Okay, let's keep going. City. I like AXP and BAC better. Caterpillar still looks fine. CCJ, I agree, off the list. It tried to make a bounce, it dropped, it's now broken back down. I'm going to say no, it's got to show up again. However, CIEN still looks great. Was BE on my list? Yes, BE is right here. I have it holding. I have it still viable. It held the 50. It's kind of choppy. I don't love this. But I'm willing to keep an eye on this one. It did have a pretty good hold. So CLS is still a yes. CIN looks great. CLS still a yes. Capital One, I'm going to say no. Too big of a break below the 50. However, we are going to search. We are going to search the financial sector together on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Credo. I'm going to let it go. One more. I'm going to see if it can hold. Looks like it's trying. Cisco still looks pretty strong. We need to wait for its post earnings pullback though. But overall, I still like it. Delta, no, but I'll keep watching it as my airline representation. Disney, I'm going to take Disney off the list post earnings. Looks terrible. The Dow still holding up. Dow looks still pretty strong. Ford holding up. Fox looks good. Fox is a relatively new one to our list for communication services, and I would say it's showing up pretty well, actually, as of right now. First Solar looks strong, looks viable, could be a trade next week. Fiber looks strong, looks viable, could be a trade next week. GE still holding on, flat for the day now. Gold, kind of a drop today. It was starting to make some traction. However, it did break this consolidation. So I would say that over here is a viable opportunity. That's the kind of opportunity that would actually have me looking. I'll keep an eye on this one as well. Let's pause and go to silver just to see if it's similar. Silver looks pretty similar, a little stronger actually, in my opinion. Consolidation, tried doing this, then it turned into this. We broke. That's a good move. At this point, I would say that's where I would be looking to see if something new is coming our way. Okay, let's keep looking. Let me go back up to G. GM, very similar to Ford. Both look similar. Google, I still like Google. Now, Google had a little bit of like a false start. Do I think that's a double top? No, I don't, because there's been no selling pressure. I think that I will give it all the way back to here and still look for a bounce. So anywhere through here is bounce territory, right? Anywhere through that entire range is still going to be bounce territory. Okay, Goldman. Goldman looks strong. I would add that to the Bank of America, AXP, Goldman, Morgan. I think this could definitely be a trade setup here going into next week. GTX, yes, I still like it. HWM, yes, I still like it. HWM, Caterpillar, CIEN, CLS, those are kind of the stronger ones from the industrial sector. IBM still looks good. I still like IBM. Intel. Ooh, Intel. This did not hold either one of these. We were like, maybe if that can hold. It didn't. Still holding the 50, but at this point, for me, I would say it's in a consolidation, which means it needs to do this. But I'll watch it still to see if that happens. IWM, small caps. Small caps are really reacting negatively to the market's perception of another rate cut this year, or the perception that there won't be another rate cut this year. JCI, I think JCI looks great. They had strong earnings. They busted out. They gave us this. Now it's looking at anywhere through here, providing an opportunity. Lumentum looks fantastic, still strong. Actually, had just accelerated. If you're a believer in Elliott wave theory, this would be a one wave, a two wave, and then there's a three wave. So I actually feel like, yeah, there's one more lurking out here. That's a check. Heck yeah. Lamb Research still looks good. Macy's. That's a good one from consumer discretionary right here. MasterCard is a no. Meta is a no. Morgan Stanley, yes. Morgan, Goldman, AXP, and BAC. We've got a credit, a bank, and a couple of brokers. They'll be helpful. They'll be helpful to us. So let's just kind of see what they do. All right, let's keep going. Microsoft. Microsoft's a little underwater under that 50. However, um, I will keep watching this one. I will definitely keep watching this one. Micron still looks strong. Netflix does not look good. Nvidia is a maybe, but we have to wait for earnings. Next is a maybe. It's a little choppy, but it held the 50. PDD earnings. I don't know about PDD. Let's watch it. Let's see what happens with these earnings on, I don't know, what is that, Tuesday? 18th. That's Tuesday, right? Yeah. We'll watch it until then. PLTR. PLTR. I don't know. I'm starting to lose some confidence in this one, but we'll keep an eye on it. QQQ. Technology showing a little weakness. This is why we feel like our sector rotation score may diminish. The real real. I like this one. Roku. Maybe holding up. Ross Stores looks okay. Let's keep going. RTX is flat. Silver down a little. SNDK looks great. Very strong still. Snow holding up. SoFi, yeah, maybe. It's trying. It's very much trying. Okay. The SPY is going to finish pretty flat for the day, almost identical to yesterday's close. Trying my patience. Amen. Amen. This is definitely a market that is going to test our ability to show patience. And I very much hope that we all can. That's important for us for sure. All right, let's keep going. What else can we do? Yeah, that's a good point. We can force trades. We don't want to do that. I'm actually thinking, and we'll talk about this on Sunday. With the volatility a little elevated, I'm actually thinking about butterflies, where I could do a butterfly followed by a broken wing butterfly. The initial butterfly is a sideways trade. If it stays sideways, great. If it moves a little, I could put a second butterfly or a broken wing butterfly that gives it a little more of a directional orientation. So there are things we can do. And rather than only wait around, I do think we can do something with that. Yeah, yeah, we'll see. Okay. Okay. Let's see. STX. Oh, Seagate looks great. Very strong. Very, very strong. Teradyne. Teradyne still looks good. TJX still looks good, but we have earnings. So our watch list is morphing. You'll notice Tesla's getting beat up. I'll always keep watching Tesla, even though I don't trade it. I keep an eye on it. TSM starting to lose ground. If it gets below that 50, I'm gonna get rid of it. Uber fighting to hold that 91 and a half, 92 level of support. UUP, the bullish dollar still looks bullish. The VIX is down. Wayfair looks good still. Warner Brothers looks good still. Whoops. WDC, very strong still. Walmart, no, and it's got earnings. Okay, so that's the core watch list. We've added some, we've deleted some. Yeah. All right. Um, okay. Let's go through the XLs. Rocket Lab, I dropped it. I dropped Rocket Lab like a bad habit. I didn't know he was a Beck though. Mhm. Yeah, it's really struggling right now. If we see it break consolidation and then retest, then yeah, let's give it another shot. But let's see him right the ship first because it's definitely on a pretty heavy drop right now. Almost, I mean, gosh, 74.37. This is a 50% retracement right here. It's getting close to that. So we'll keep an eye on it. You took Coherent. Let me pull that one up. Coherent. Ah, it's a little anticipatory, but it definitely looks like it's trying to hold that support. Let's get to the XLs. Materials made a pop, but is dropping back down. Downtrend still intact. Communication services still struggling, lower high. That's not good for us. Energy a little stronger. That's tends to be inflationary. That's not good for us. Financials, financials made a pop. That's good for us. We like to see this. Now it has to hold a higher low, and then we'll be like, hey, okay, I like to see that from financials. Industrials, sideways. We need more. Technology struggled on its last bounce. We need more. Staples, at least, is not looking defensive. Neither is utilities. Strongest sector right now is healthcare, interestingly. Yeah. Um, okay. And lastly, consumer discretionary. We were hoping for more from consumer discretionary, and this week it really fell off. I'm definitely thinking, um, I'm definitely thinking that the yeah, I'm definitely thinking that our sector rotation is going to drop. I was like, maybe, maybe not, but no, I think it is. Okay. Okay. 9 minutes left. What questions do you have, you guys? It's definitely scaled back, like scaled back. We're going to be scaled back on risk. We're going to be a little bit more conservative, but yeah, we definitely want to be a little bit more um, concerned with what we're doing, a little bit more confirmation, I would say. Trading plan. Let's get this done and we'll wrap up maybe a few minutes early. Trading plan. We're finishing section 3, where you're developing rules and systems, etc. Um, and then we're moving on next week to section 4, risk management. At that point, we'll be halfway done with our last trading plan loop. Halfway done. I can't believe it. We're middle of November. So, okay. Questions, comments, or concerns about anything? Our watch list, our market posture, what you're carrying or holding through the weekend, what trades we're looking for next week, or what section of the trading plan you're working on. Jennifer has a good comment. It looks like it just seems like the whole market is in a downward trend. Is this because of interest rates? Sorry, came to the late to the call. Are they all recorded? Um, Yes. So, Jennifer, I would say you're right on time for you. We don't have late here, but great question. Everything is basically recorded. So, if you're looking for previous meetings, those are here. In You can see this was Glenn's morning session from today. This was the Wednesday, right? So here's just like all of our historical meetings. But if you're saying, "Hey, I want to learn about the trading plan," that's going to be here in courses. In courses, we have some stuff like if you want to learn about market posture, it's right here. If you want to learn about trading plans, you would come in here to trading plans, you would view the course, and you have, oh, am I missing one? I am missing one. Record keeping. Oh, maybe I have record keeping as one, record keeping and analytics. Personal info, market posture, trading rules, market risk management. So if you're like, oh, we're going to work on risk management this week, you come in here, you watch this video. This one's probably only like 15 minutes, 14 minutes. Look at these old slides. That's not even our most recent bull. But um, there is all the trading plan information is in here. All of the market posture information is in here. There is entire like options if you want to learn options, and you come in here to options foundations. There is a intro to options, basic options, selling options, spread trades. I mean, there's all tons of stuff available to you in there. So if it's live stuff, that's here in recordings, and if it's you know archived stuff, that's going to be in courses. So yeah, I love to think that people are keeping an eye on that and watching it. So okay, any other questions? Oh yes, I mean we definitely want to go through them. So oftentimes we'll go through it just like one piece at a time. So usually it's earlier in the week, Sunday, Monday. Um, so on Sunday we'll talk a little bit about these core sections. What is portfolio heat, trade risk? So that I would say if you're looking for that, we typically will discuss those on Sundays as part of like when we first introduce what section are we working on. So let's and you can always remind me. You can always be like, "Hey, can you walk through the trading plan?" Happy to do it. Happy to do it. Okay, so Sunday we will meet. We will go through market posture. We will talk about risk management. We will talk about our opportunity list for the week. I will see you guys on Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Tuesday evening, and then I'm gonna take a little hiatus so that I can go have my neck split open and make some extra room in my spine. Apparently, that sounds like a good time. But I'm very hopeful that I'll be able to come back and still be business as usual the week of Thanksgiving. We will play it by ear. If I can't do it, Glenn will fill in for me, and we'll go from there. So, oh, it's gonna go great, Melody. I told my son I'm getting some titanium plates in my neck. It's kind of making me a bionic person. So I feel like, I mean, am I gonna be a superhero? No, I don't. I wouldn't go that far, but I should be a stronger version of myself. Oh, your husband has some of those. There you go. He's part bionic, probably too. Maybe he is a superhero. So, all right, it's good to see everybody. Enjoy your weekend. I hope the weather's nice where you are, a little bit of fall. And I will see you guys come Sunday. As always, happy trading.